Now watch this. He's going to talk to the basketball. Now I don't know Turkish, so I cannot. He might be cursing at the ball for all I know.
With the 16th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Alperen Sengun from Giresun, Turkey.
Houston, you got to address your perimeter. You know, you have guys that can run and jump and dunk, but Sengun is a guy that can play in the post. He can play outside. You know, he's got a really nice short mid-range game, but he gives them a lot of size. You know, his experience playing in the Turkish League, playing in the Olympic qualifying, turned a lot of heads. So, again, when you're Stephen Silas, you got to pick in your mind who's the best, not only the best player available, but the best fit for your team.
18 years old, Turkish League MVP, is already an incredible force around the basket. He can catch it at the elbow, face you up, draw fouls, score at the rim. He can offensive rebound and really has a nose for that. The problems are a little further away from the basket. He can make a three-pointer, but not consistently. And, you know, he's a traditional center as opposed to a modern center. So if you want to be skeptical, it's probably rooted in the idea that he's going to have problems guarding in space, and bigs who have problems guarding in space, you know, in the year 2021 can sometimes get played off the court. But from an analytics perspective, there's a lot of positive stuff here. He was historically productive for a teenager in that league. And again, he was the highest player on my board at this point in the draft. If you scoop him up, it seems smart to me.
Sengun, this is amazing. In a league with 30 NBA players, the TBL, the Turkish Basketball League, this young man was the MVP. No, he's not an elite athlete, but he's what we call a basketball player. Again, Sengun, you know, Shane Larkin is one of the great players in Turkey, former first-round pick. 30 former NBA players in Turkey in the TBL, John. The second best league domestically in Europe after the Spanish league. He's talking to the ball again. This is what he does, John. He reminds me of Nick Vucevic of the Chicago Bulls. There was a lot of questions by people on this side of the Atlantic about whether he was athletic enough. He knows how to play, John. He's a below-the-rim post player, which sounds like it's a criticism, but it's not. He knows how to get himself fouled. He's very crafty. You'll see the passing also, and eventually the outside shooting. He is not scoring over length. He's going to score with craftiness. See that pass by Sengun? Got himself into the lane. Always knows where the other 9 players are. And if you look at a Domas Sabonis, if you look at my guy Vucevic with the Bulls, who was a 2-time All-Star, the question that a lot of mock drafts and NBA, not the NBA teams, they pretty much knew how good he was. But the reason that the teams loved him is because he proved in a league with 30 NBA players that he could play. He was the MVP at 18. Are you kidding me? You know how hard that is? What a steal. And remember, he's not going to have to play a lot this year with Wood and Tice and some of those veterans up front. But what a great group, Raphael Stone. At least in the Summer League, we have seen flashes of terrific play from all 3 first-round picks. I just wonder, watching Sengun, how much interaction he's been able to have with his new teammates. I think he's had more I think he's talked to the ball more than he's talked to his teammates. What I love about this kid is that 99% of the people in this gym are like, who is this guy? What college did he play at? He might have caused some people to go out and buy some programs today.
This guy's ability to play professionally overseas. You are playing against grown men.
Yep.
And they want no part of, you know, having a youngster take advantage of him. This guy's, he can be a problem now. He's 6'9". He feels like he plays bigger to me.
Love that.
Alpi has no problem getting physical back. Alperen Sengun, if I'm saying that correctly, and I could not be more impressed. The big has got feel. He's able to make rotations. Like, what did you see in the course of scouting this guy that excited you most?
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we did see with Alpi, is that he's kind of this weird mix between an old school back to the basket big and a highly skilled perimeter based player. Like, he can handle a little bit. He can pass it. He can shoot it a little bit. Like he's not a one-dimensional guy, and that is what we saw in him. And we thought it was really interesting. And on top of that, playing in a really, really good professional league, he was absolutely dominant, as the MVP of the Turkish League. So we're really excited about him too.
I watched film on him, and Rafael Stone did a great job with our draft and drafted a bunch of guys who can step in and play. And Alpi was MVP of the Turkish League last year. He's playing against grown men at 18 years old. So he's a pleasant surprise for me. He's not surprised at all about how he's playing. He's a confident kid, but I'm excited to have him. And like you were saying earlier, to have an inside presence is always good for a team that's growing. When I was in Dallas, I coached Luka, and he had that same, he had already been playing against grown men. So for the same thing for Alpi, he's already been playing against grown men. He knows that he's been a professional. He knows kind of what it's all about. So he's not bright-eyed about what's going on in this situation. Obviously, it's just summer league, but he has a seriousness about him. He has a attitude that he can be really good, and I love it. I love it about him.
Sengun is 2 inches shorter and about 40 pounds lighter than Jokic. A more fair comparison for Sengun is somebody like Domantas Sabonis from the Indiana Pacers. And like Sabonis, Sengun's game isn't solely predicated on scoring. He's a heat-seeking missile as an offensive rebounder. I mean, this dude just plays so hard and has a natural ability to read the trajectory of the ball, and he can really pass the ball too. Basketball is a game of skill, and Alperen Sengun just dominated the third best league in the world at just 18 years old, and he has all of the ingredients to someday become a high-level player in the NBA.
Sengun fakes the handoff. Look at him just running through bodies to finish. Here come the Rockets.
Got to give it up.
Christopher back to Sengun, and he is stuffed by hands. But Sengun stays with it, and he...
Know your team system.
Martin from downtown again. Bottoms. When he tracks it down, and in and out. But there's your guy, Sengun, with the poke.
For the future.
Stevens just denied at the rim by Sengun. Looks like
he has to in a 9-1-1 situation. Got it blocked there by Sengun. Sengun was Turkish professional for the last 3 years. Up top, and he can lob and finish too on that alley-oop game.
They got players shine against the lesser teams, right? But taking over against that competition.
Love that kind of selflessness. Wow.
That's a big
Can we
time
call
move.
him? Christopher, good help by Dombuya. Sengun from way deep from Black Rock Canyon.
He worked with John Lucas III on his handle this past spring. You can tell.
Sengun, the game court, and each guy in 2 words or less describes how he feels as green.
Gets left wing. Inside they go to Sengun, who is a 6'9", 235-pound 19-year-old, and shot's no good.
This is your guy right there. No-look pass, Gary.
Wow, Sengun with the great feed.
With a no-look. He's a little upset that he wasn't the number 1.
He's been very public.
Well, think about it, Jared. He went to the G League and played against other pros.
Fortuitous. So Jalen Green out for the game with a right hamstring injury, as Abby reports. Here's Lamb.
Man, your guy can pass. At that high.
Malachi Flynn. And Sengun comes up with a steal. Gets it back. Sengun going right at Barnes. Whoa. Up and under. This will be joining us here in a moment, the head coach of the Houston Rockets. And if we love Alperen Sengun this much, I wonder how much he loves him. Christopher.
The Houston Rockets, because of their slim roster. Good strong take, no call, they stay with it. And the first bucket for Fire head coach Steve Clifford. They hired Jamal Mosley. And again, I mean, if you look at some of the...
About our league, Lisa, is that, young players, while they're exciting,
some well-known faces and some of the best in the NBA coming out to watch some of these young guys. 8-0 run. And now
saying the right thing.
Sengun lays it in. And the veteran is sitting at 23 years old. Christopher Knox tip isn't there. And into the hands of Waters. Sengun with the finish.